he did as well. But, you know, he then came into Ryu, and that's how he...
Yeah, that's how he rose to fame,
Right.
so to say.
Ezra.
Ezra.
Yeah. So we have the Dominican Republic representation right now in Ezra using the Toon link. And KitKat, of course, we know him as a Cloud player. How has he been doing throughout the year?
KitKat's been up and down, but he's had fairly solid performances whenever he attends. Not always placing, for example, top 8, but never going something like 2-2 or 0-2 either.
So, consistency.
Yeah, he has been consistent for sure. This is going to be an interesting matchup because Toon Link is going to try to play the zoning game, and Cloud definitely has to try to break that zone with his big sword and get some combos going.
Right, we're going to be having a little bit of hand warmers here. And, you know, going back to the character variety we have, right? So Bayonetta is actually a character not a lot of people play against here, which is a character that has dominated since the last 2 years, I want to say. She already
Basically,
released.
yeah.
So Shadow, of course, being an amazing Bayonetta player, is like he's going to be having a little bit of advantage coming into it.
So we're looking forward to Shadow PR's matches because he came to another tournament a few months ago,
Frame by frame,
and which was frame by frame over in Maya West on the west side of the island, and he basically ran away with it. It was even a struggle for Eking to match up against him, so we're going to be looking closely to how he performs this tournament.
So we're going to get things started in Town City. Again, very excited to see players from Dominican Republic here and their representation. They always show up for different games, Street Fighter, etc. So we'll see how this Toon Link player does here in the Puerto Rican scene. KitKat, on the other hand, both, you know, playing on the top platform, that could lead to very early kills.
Oh, for sure. It's a very dangerous place to be. So far, early into the game, KitKat has been able to rush down Ezra very effectively.
Yeah, no, hasn't been able to get in I should say, establish stage control, which is what Toon Link does normally with its projectiles, right? And then KitKat, of course, capitalizing on that, because as Cloud against the zoner, you need to be inside of the.
You need to be inside of their zone.
I don't want to say anything else, you know. So, Rogue, take it away, because right now, you know, I gotta refresh my thought process, right?
Well, taking that stock, losing a stock early can be very challenging for zoners, because they have to try to find a way to re-establish momentum, and that is something that they can't easily do when they're behind. It's something that we can see in characters like Toon Link, like Sonic, for example. Sonic is infamous for being able to hold leads, but once he has to make a comeback, he can certainly struggle, and that's what we're seeing here right now.
Ooh, that downer choice. High risk, high reward.
High reward, for sure.
But, you know, didn't get it. I noticed how KitKat was getting in, though. Like, when he's throwing out those grabs after he misses a certain amount of projectiles.
Okay.
And then that's how Ezra pretty much has been losing his stage control and KitKat prioritizing.
That cross slash from center stage didn't quite do it.
Okay,
Ooh, dangerous air dodge. Not being able to react with a smash attack, however.
Okay, but getting
that was untechable.
Yeah. Getting the get there with a bomb, that was a smart decision.
Definitely Cloud's weakest point, the recovery. So it's very good idea to go for that aggressiveness right there.
Right, and I mean, KitKat's shielding and power shielding has also been very good.
Oh, for
because
sure.
Toon Link has a lot of setups, right, with his projectiles that lead into kills from the bombs, from the boomerang. Like right there, in this case, to get some bit more damage in. But good power shield usage against heavy projectile users does wonders in the matchup.
Yeah, that is definitely the way to go. And he's also using Cloud's speed and range to punish Toon Link for taking out bombs in unsafe situations, which is definitely something you have to do.
Oh man, and playing right outside Cloud's sword, but in this case...
A lot of dangerous choices there in the end. People, they were both swinging for the fences, seeing if they could get things going.
Yeah, but you know, in Ezra's situation, he had to go for those risks because he was very far behind. KitKat could have just, you know, stayed not doing anything and just shielding
Definitely.
and just run the clock, right? One of those extra resources you have in Smash. Omega FD, don't you forget it. We are
The
going
flattest stage in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Omega Final Destination.
So FD has a little bit higher ceiling, so kills from the top are a little bit harder to get especially for Cloud. It's a good counter pick because that up air, infamous for just being able to repeat it, and make it impossible for characters to come back to the stage, can also get very early kills.
Cloud can usually excel in Final Destination against some characters just because of his amazing zone control. But in this case, when he's trying to get in against projectiles, it is not favorable for him at all.
That delay on top of KitKat's shield allowed that downer to connect. Like, that's not something you see every day.
Wow. He tried to do falling off air, but Ezra very wisely contested it with an up smash of his own.
Right, and the timing was just there. You know, if you react, it's much easier to answer someone who's coming from above you than if you're trying to land.
True.
And a stage like FD, which without platforms, makes it so that those situations are even better for you. In this case, Ezra.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of being able to contest aerial approaches offensively rather than shielding, because that is what you would usually see in most fighting games. You would see like a Shoryuken come out against someone that's trying to jump in. Whereas here, a lot of people's first reaction is to shield and then try to punish. But why do that when you can react with an attack of your own within a reasonable time frame?
Right. In the case, you could technically also shield. If you get the power shield, you can react still and get it quickly. But the shield, you know, as much as any option you take, except waiting, you're basically in a commitment. You need to put the shield up, then let it go, which is a certain amount of frames that you're, or time, in this case, that you're losing, instead of just going for the up smash directly.
And KitKat has done a great job of evening things out here. He got that previous stock with a cross slash and is now in a good position to keep tying the game up and then going for a kill move. Barely whiffing that grab. An amazing air dodge read. That was a very, very good air dodge read.
That was incredible.
He'd been conditioning him all game long. I don't think he'd gotten a single read like that up to this point. And he did it just when he needed it and came in clutch with it.
The thing is, if he was expecting the air dodge, as you said, but even if Ezra threw the air dodge early, he could have still caught